Hi guys, today we are making Lavender Lemon bath bombs. So let's get into it. I have everything prepped out. I have prepped out everything. All of my bath bomb, the dry mix that I have in here. That is baking soda, kaolin clay, cream of tartar, an SLSA, and I have the citric acid measured out separately because I usually like to put that in last. So I have these, and I have my cocoa butter ready to mix. I'm sorry. I have my cocoa butter ready to melt, and I have all of my wet ingredients all prepped out. So I am ready to make a lot of bath bombs today. The only thing that I need to do for these is to melt the cocoa butter and add in the fragrance oil. That's the only thing I didn't do in the prep of all this. So in the wet ingredients, I have hemp seed oil, poly 80, witch hazel, and a little bit of water. And this being Lavender Lemon, we're going to color this a lavender color and then a yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and get the dry mix in here, and I'm going to use my mask because I already have the SLSA in here, and it becomes airborne if you don't, well, it becomes airborne. So, and it irritates your lungs and it makes me sneeze and everything else. So, and I strain this before, strain it? Yeah, I get the clumps out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my mask on, and I'm gonna get this dry mix in the bowls. Now that I have the dry ingredients in the bowl, I am gonna go ahead and get my essential oils ready. I'm using lavender, Bulgarian lavender essential oil from Bulk Apothecary, and lemon fragrance oil. And I'm also using Yellow 5 Lake for the yellow. And I'm going to add a little bit of mica on there just to try to hold the color so it doesn't fade as fast. And for the purple, I'm going to use just a dab of the Amethyst dye and a little bit of I Dream of Purple mica, just again to keep the color. So I'm going to get my cocoa butter heating up and melted. I'm going to use 2 micro scoops of the lake in my batch. And I'll tell you, bath bombs took me a good 6 months of trying every other day and failing a lot to really get down my recipe. I'm in love with my bath bombs, and I really think they come out really good, although I do need a little practice on the painting part when I paint them. But I don't paint all of them, so there's that. Now for the amethyst dye, I did not bloom my stuff first because if I bloomed my baking soda first, because I didn't know what I was going to do until just now. So, not just now, I knew what I was going to do, but yeah, I didn't plan ahead enough is what I guess I'm trying to say about that. Alright, what I have going on here is I have 2 different mixers. One's going to do one color, one's going to do the other color for the 2 colored bath bombs. And the reason I do it this way is because for whatever reason, if I do it separately, if I do the colors separately in one mixer, it always dries out for me, and no matter how much, it just messes up, so I can never do it right. So for me, the best way for me to do it, and I have access to have 2 separate mixers, is to use 2 separate mixers, and it works pretty well for me for this. So I'm grateful that I can even have 2 mixers. I would have had 3 because I found one on sale, but it broke on me like the 4th time I used it, so I was a little upset about that. But anyway, so yeah, and my trusty KitchenAid mixer, I love that thing. I'm telling you, if you can afford to get a KitchenAid, because they are pricey, but if you can afford to get a KitchenAid, that is my go-to. I love this thing. I love it, love it, love it. I've had it for a long time. And my water. Alrighty. Okay. I think I am about ready to mix. I do need to put in the amethyst dye in here. I usually mix it in this first, in the liquid part of it. And I don't want a whole bunch. So I'm going to start with that. Start little, because if you add too much, you can't take it out. So I put the lake in here because that doesn't need to be like bloomed first. So, and that's why I put that in there. So that's ready. But I just have to throw this in there. Hopefully I didn't make it too bright. But even if I did, that's okay, because it will fade a little bit. Which means if I make it darker, it'll fade into probably the color that I want. Alright, so we're gonna get this moving. Oh yeah, let me show you the yellow now. By adding that 1 more micro scoop of yellow lake. That's so pretty. And there's the purple, the lavender. That's not mixed in all the way, so I think that's gonna get a little darker. But yeah, that's what we're doing. That's the perfect color of purple that I'm wanting. I'm so excited. From what I understand, lakes do not, the colorants, lakes do not fade as fast as dyes do, but they still fade. So that's why I'm adding a little bit of, just a tiny bit of mica to kind of try to keep that color a little bit longer. But from what I understand, all colorants will fade, especially if they're in the sun. So that's something to think about. Oh, my thumb just popped through. All right. Look at that yellow. That's perfect. But I'm not going to add the citric acid to it just yet because my purple's not done. Now is citric acid time. I'm going to put this on low, and then I'm going to add my citric acid. Like I said, I have all of everything's all prepped out, so I put them in separate baggies like this, so I know each bag is a batch. So when it comes time to making bath bombs, it's just so much easier. For me it is. And so here is the fun part. Alright, my bath bomb mix is all ready, and I'm going to just do a regular round bath bombs. And so here we go. I'm just going to do it. Going to add some purple and then some yellow, purple, yellow, purple, and then end it with a little yellow. And I usually put them in these little plastic things. And there you go. I only put them in that plastic thing because the bath bomb tray that I got is just a tad bit too small. I ordered the wrong size. So I ordered the 2.5 inch, and if they sit in there, where'd it go? If they sit in there, they actually make a indentation around right underneath the Saturn ring, so it's not, I don't think this one's packed very well. It's not, I don't like the look of it when it does that. And I think I got this mold at Cada. I think this is a Cada mold. I haven't had any problems with it. I'll show you how I hide this leftover mix, like the off things, whatever it's called, yellow. And I just kind of hide it in the middle of another bomb. I'm not putting any embeds in this one because these are part of my core line, and I don't really want embeds in the core line one, only in my fun ones. I think I was recording before, but this is the tub test for the Lavender Lemon bath bombs, and I'm about 1.5 minutes into it already. I thought I hit record, darn it. A good 10 minutes at least. It's like a little mushroom. I'm so impatient that if I was in the bathtub right now, I would have already crumbled this up. But we're looking at 14 minutes right now for this. 14 minutes. Alright, it finally broke at 16 minutes. And yeah, there you go. And this piece here is still hard as a rock. Ugh. I can't break it. So yeah, you're looking at least 16 minutes for this one. I don't know if that's too long. I mean, gave a good, decent fizz and pretty good foam. It smells great. The water is not like exactly what I would like, but I mean, it's better than just yellow. So, all right, there you go. There's my tub test, or in this case, sink test.